Hey guys, it's HK, and when it comes to Rocket League, we can all use a little bit of help sometimes. So today, we're gonna get coached by 3 different coaches at 3 drastically different price points. Starting with Wolfie from the Rocket League coaching Discord, to our GamersRdy coaches, Xhoria and KingRanny. They'll each be working with me on a different game mode, and after showing some of the highlights and best tips from each session, we will talk about who was the most worth it and what kind of coach might be the right one for you. Starting with our first coach, Wolfie.
Hey, I'm Wolfie. I'm a coach as part of the Discord server RL Coaching. We provide free coaching, help to pretty much every rank, from bronze to grand champion. It's a cool little place. I'm a low-level grand champ, around 1600 MMR. Good boost steal here. A lot of people tend to do this when they play, that you don't want to lose momentum, so you keep driving and you kind of drive in circles and you keep your car turning in different directions, and it's kind of awkward. In a position and you're in a good position, it's better to kind of just slow down and see what's going to happen. For instance, if you were more towards the wall and just kind of facing the play and just waiting, then this happens and now you can go, you know. In this position, I think you really need to cut the ball up the field more dangerously. From this position, you cut the ball, you will most likely pop it over Mr. Tacos. Once you see the beat here, I think you need to be moving up the field quicker with your teammate, because then, okay, your teammate makes a really great play here, and now you still have a chance, but you could have been a lot closer to the ball by now, and this could have been an easy goal. Instead, you are rushing up the field, and you have to rush it, and you end up getting not the best hit here. Good that you come back to defense quick. It's a good shot here. If you really want to be like pedantic about it, I would probably shoot left side here, because you can see the opponent on the right is coming back, so potentially make the save if you shoot it to the right. It's good that you're going back to your net and picking up pads here, but you're also not aware of the play at all. And because of that, you're so much further behind your teammate that even if your teammate makes a great play here, you'll be out of position. That's unfortunate. I think here you just need to be a little bit more patient as well. Even if it looks like he's not going to touch it, just wait that extra second, you know, and then he has a bad recovery, and the ball bounced over here. You can hit the ball off the wall, back into the middle, and get a shot. Here you can kind of see that the ball's bouncing a little bit, so it might roll up the wall, but it might not. So I would kind of stop in this position.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Definitely, if you decide that you're not going to be able to make a play on this, you need to be turning and shadow defending here. And so say you turn and shadow defend here, you can easily cut this ball out and probably get a goal out of it.
Alright guys, all jokes aside, that was a really helpful replay analysis. It helped point out some major shifts in mentality I need to make as far as my timing and spacing goes, and as much as people can try to tell you these things in a video, nothing really drives it home like having your own mistakes as the examples as to why you should or shouldn't do something. Moving on to our mid-priced coach.
Hey guys, I'm Xhoria. I'm a professional GamersRdy coach. I've coached over 300 people. I don't play competitively anymore because I found a greater passion in helping others. So, let's actually begin. Right? So you're playing 3, oh, you actually played 3v3. Okay, that's nice. Go back, that's good. Interesting.
Oh, I had a quick question. So, I feel like I shouldn't have moved up and got too close to Augie Dog, but because he's not moving, was the right play to have just been like to sit in goal? Like, not moving? Because I hate the idea of not moving.
Well, you can stand still in goal. This is kind of awkward, right? Because now you hit the ball, but where are you hitting the ball to? Because you end up just hitting the ball forward, directly into the enemy. So up until like this point, it's fine. At this point, we look at what's going on. Just look at the guy who is going to hit the ball. Okay, he's approaching the ball like this. Then like you're shadowing basically, right? You're facing the wrong direction right now.
So in this situation, how do you know who's supposed to go cheat up and who goes for boost?
Like if you're the most forward guy, the other guy can see you, right? If you go here, he will go somewhere else, right? He won't cheat up.
So I guess in solo queue, it's probably safer if you're the person that's like kind of in the middle, in front, like where I am. It's just I should just go up.
Right, yeah, then you can just cheat up, right? And don't cheat up too far, right? Go between these two boost pads, right? And now this is really awkward, right? No, oh, you're sitting. Jesus Christ, man. It is definitely really awkward. If Argidog would not have hit the ball here, you would have had the squishy muffin save. Like you would have had it, but he hits the ball, so it ends up not working. But, like if you just keep going for the ball, it's not even, I can't even call it a playstyle. It's just bad. It doesn't do anything, but the only thing that it does is just make the game really difficult for your teammates. All that matters. So here, oh, you're hesitating. You want to turn, right? You really want to turn for this, right?
Yeah.
You want to cut into it.
And I realized I
tackle.
don't think I had the angle to turn.
Well, you had the angle. Don't get me wrong, but you have to do it like
Immediately, yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Like you're waiting too long, and now the angle keeps getting like smaller and smaller to the point where like you cannot like possibly do that. I think this is like the perfect example of like hesitating just makes it impossible to do anything, because the longer you wait, like your line, right, and the line of the ball, let's say make like a hypothetical line, right? It becomes like a pizza slice, right? So here you have a bite angle, and then it gets smaller, and then, well, I mean, at this point, like it's not possible anymore, right? You can't do it, right? So the longer you wait, the harder it becomes.
The first step to fixing any problem is identifying it. Xhoria was a very analytical coach, and when he reviewed my replay, it was like someone was putting my play under a microscope. He helped me identify a lot of little mistakes that I was simply unaware of, and he had a systematic approach towards how I should be using the information provided to generate a proper decision, which really resonated with me as a player. "1v1s is a very unique and challenging playlist, where your road to victory relies on you and you alone. And who better to teach me how to play ones than the king himself?"
My name is KingRanny. I'm a top 1v1 player. I only coach 1v1s on GamersRdy. Right here. It's a bit awkward. Hitting it towards me there, like, it was a soft touch, so it's probably fine. I don't like that you are like staying right underneath it. If you're going to do that little pop, I'd like you to stay back a little bit so that you could get some momentum and go for a shot or something if you wanted to. Something you could have done, and what I see a lot of higher level players do when they get stuck in the corner at least, is they drive the ball outwards. It's kind of away from the play. And it tends to work pretty well because they're always expecting you to come from, you know, this angle right down the line of the corner. And that's what I used to do when I was new to the game. I was like as big of a ball chaser as you could ever find in Rocket League, basically. I was going for everything. And eventually I learned that wasn't the best way to play the game. But I still wanted to play, you know, go for some ball chasing. I like to get really close to my opponents. But then I had to figure out how to shadow. I'd start off with a fake challenge, and then I'd go into a shadow. So I just pretend I'm going to go for it, and then I start up my shadow like this. In this situation, it's a good example of what can happen if you do it correctly and you do it from a good distance and at the right time. They're liable to just kind of give away possession and just like flick it and do like a weak flick back towards your end. And even if they don't, what happens is now I'm just in a good position to start my shadow defense. Whenever I see my opponent have the ball, if they have the ball like on top of their car already, in a position that they could flick, I tend to give them more space. If they have the ball still bouncing or they're like rolling it on the ground or something, I get more up in their face. I tend to fake challenge a lot closer because they have a few less options. Like they tend to just be able to like push it to the side. This situation, you didn't have it on top of your car, so look how close I get to you. That's like just a few car lengths away from you. If you already had the ball if you were dribbling the ball on top of your car already, I probably would have stopped around here-ish instead, like, you know, a few more car lengths ahead. When getting better at dribbling and to be able to get better flicks, it's really important that you are good at settling the ball on top of your car, and you want to look out for the sparks between if we go to my POV, I can show you actually when I do this dribble. You see those sparks between the ball and the car whenever it touches? Those little ones? That happens a lot more on people that aren't good at dribbling. It happened like, there's like 4 of them whenever I got the ball on top of my car. That's actually pretty quick. It's happening right now, but it's because I'm turning. But the faster that you can like get the same speed as the ball and just kind of get it steady, the faster you can get a good flick off. Because if the ball's bouncing or like jumping around in your car, and you make your car jump, it's liable to just kind of pop up off your car too far, and just like not do exactly what you want it to do. So usually, it's the ball's going to be touching your car. Like you're going to get a lot more ball touches with your whenever you're flicking it, if the ball's not bouncing around. So right here, it just basically stays glued to my car through that entire flip, right?
After finishing that replay analysis, we moved on to looking at a second replay, and Randy concluded that the main 2 mechanics I need to work on were my kickoffs and my shooting. His tips for improving my kickoffs were a game changer, but I'd really like to take the remaining time we have to highlight his striker training.
Striker training!
If you haven't seen his videos on it before, go check it out. They're incredibly helpful and will be in the description below. But even though I've already visited those videos previously, having Randy give me some extra tips on how I should be approaching these training packs was incredibly helpful.
So I'll screen share myself doing like the first 3 shots, and I'll have you do them. You can screen share so I can make sure that you're doing it right. I'd say there's a goal for this training pack, and it's just trying to teach you something. You can hit him with a front flip just like this, and this is like, you know, the most basic shot, besides just doing it without leaning back. But I want this leaning back motion to be natural, because this leaning back motion is going to be used for pretty much every single ball that is like bouncing up higher than, you know, a couple car lengths high. If the ball's like low to the ground, you don't need to lean back. You can just kind of like flip into it when it's low to the ground. But what I want you to get working on is your diagonal flips and hitting the corner of your car and being able to hit through the ball with power. So we're trying to get good contact. I want you to be leaning back to the left or back to the right like this, you know, this movement. I try to first get people to get used to this motion right here. I just tell them to jump into the ball and try to hit it with the corner of their car. Try to get that good contact with the corner. Make it look just like the way I'm doing it, right? And then whenever they're ready, I just tell them to flip into it with the diagonal flip the other direction. So like that. So I'm able to do it both ways. And you can do this with air roll. You can do it without air roll. I actually did this training pack without air roll for the first almost year of doing it. You can do every single shot without air roll, and you can still hit it very hard. By the way, my goal for the speed I'm trying to hit is 60 miles per hour on every shot, except for number 2 and 3. So that's what I want you to be able to do. Number 2 and 3, we'll go over those real quick. You have to start this by going a little bit to the side of the ball, and then I try to tell people to do more of a diagonal flip. Doesn't have to be a straight diagonal flip. Like that was about as good as you can hit that ball right there. Flip. I hit that like 50, 52. I think my goal is like 50 to 55 on these. Okay, so why this training pack is good. So this training pack is for a specific kind of situation in 1v1s, and I guess 2s as well sometimes. So whenever they're like kind of stuck in net, they're not challenging yet. So the goal is to get yourself some distance between you and the ball, to kind of drive away from it immediately, turn around, and then go and boost back into it and try to hit a powerful shot. That's the goal right there. But yeah, I give myself a decent amount of distance. You don't need to do that much. Like around here is probably good. But I'm still trying to hit it with the corner of my car. I don't know if you saw, but I'm still just trying to hit through it like that. It's diagonal flip, same thing as always. Number 2, just make sure you get around it. I slow down whenever I'm turning. See, I'm boosting to get around the ball. I'm slowing down to kind of like set up my trajectory on where I'm going. And I try not to really drift much, because drifting, it's on this one, whenever I drift too much, this is what happens.
Ever since my coaching session with KingRanny, I've been doing these 2 training packs every day, and I can honestly say that I've already started seeing a difference. It's no longer uncommon for me to be hitting shots like these in game now, when before I would miss every open net. I was very happy with my coaching session with KingRanny. He was able to hone in on the smallest of mechanical issues that I had and figure out why I was making those mistakes, which is something I felt like I've needed for a while now. If you've enjoyed the video so far, be sure to smash that like button and please consider subscribing. I hope you enjoyed the tips I shared from the 3 coaches in this video, and if you're looking for a coach yourself, hopefully I was able to give you some insight as to what kind of coach you should look for. Wolfie was a really great coach that helped me a lot outside of the replay analysis and really had that personal touch to our session and helped me identify various problems with my play. But not all coaches are made equal, especially free ones. Luckily, I've been very fortunate to have found the Rocket League Coaching Discord. If you're looking for that extra professional touch, then I would 100% recommend doing the research and finding the right coach on GamersRdy that would be tailored to your needs. If you're a 2s or 3s main looking to improve your ability to analyze a situation and break down tough decisions in a systematic way, then Xhoria would be perfect for you. But if your focus is 1v1s and you'd like to fix the gaps in your mechanics, then you'd be hard pressed to find anyone better than KingRanny. Personally, for me, my worth it winner is going to have to be KingRanny. But as I stated before, that is due to my personal needs. I felt like I hit a mechanical wall that I needed help tearing down, and he was able to do that for me. But honestly, all the coaching sessions were amazing, and a huge thanks to all the coaches who participated in my little experiment. I definitely took something away from each session that has helped me tremendously. Is there anything else you guys would like to see, or if you enjoyed the video, please leave a comment below, and I will catch you guys next time.